Okay, this is Keith Schneider from Colorado Music Buzz. What is your official title with Colorado Music Buzz?
Owner, senior editor, publisher, kind of, they call me the 13 and a half hats guy because I do a bunch of stuff for the company. But yeah, that's my primary goal. Kind of the server.
How long have you been publishing Colorado Music Buzz?
Our first issue came out in June of 2006. So we're just going into our sixth year now. So
What other cities did you look at starting up Colorado Music Buzz in, and why did you ultimately decide on Denver?
well, one, I live in Denver, and I've been in the music scene here for 20 years. Grew up here with a lot of the cats and bands that I know and love. And it was just a natural fit for me to kind of progress from being a musician here in town to going in and starting a publication that supports the music community. So, but we're looking at some other cities. I think you have a question later on about that. So,
What kind of bass do you play, and how long have you been playing bass?
actually, I play rhythm guitar. So,
Oh,
yep, sneaky question. I've been playing rhythm guitar for 7 years. I'm with a band called Kelly Said right now. And we are a cover band, 80s primarily. We do a lot of 80s stuff, but pretty well known across the Front Range. But yeah, I've been playing guitar for 7 years, played keyboards, writing songs for 20, so that's really my forte is songwriting and playing keys, but love playing guitar too, so.
okay. Where do you typically play, and what is the biggest or most famous venue you've played?
Hmm.
And what is your favorite venue or favorite event to play? I know you do the Parker.
Yeah, we had a great time. We played Parker Days this year. It was a blast. There's literally 6,000 people there watching us. It was like a sea of people. That was pretty high up as far as memorable shows that we've done. Loved playing the Gothic. That was a really fun. It's a fun venue to play at. I think most musicians would agree with that. Got a cool green room right under the stage. What was the other part of that question?
Just where do you typically play, and what is the biggest or most famous venue you played? What is your favorite venue or favorite event to play?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Gothic would be a favorite venue of mine. Parker Days definitely probably the most memorable event I've done with Kelly Said. As far as places we play a lot at, we play Baker Street Pub a lot, the Denver Tech Center one. Play Belmar quite a bit, play up Hofbrau up north. We'll be playing at this new venue, Serenos Underground, here in Parker. So yeah, we stay real busy. We had over 90 shows this year, a lot of private events. So.
Okay, you seem like a guy who really knows the Colorado music scene inside and out. Did being in a band help you in starting Colorado Music Buzz? How did it help, and how does that continue to help the magazine?
I think being a musician, obviously, you're doing a publication that's based around music, so it's a natural fit. I think certainly being able to communicate with the musicians, understand where they're coming from, understand all the struggles it is to be in a band. I was in an original band for, 15 years, and I know what it's like to go through the trials and tribulations, and the difficulties, and every band, they want fans. That's the number one thing bands want, is how do they get fans. And my best advice there is write great songs. That's the key. If your songs aren't good, you're just sorry. That's the way it is. Got to write good songs. That's where it starts. So.
Okay, so what are some of the more obvious and maybe less obvious perks of being editor and publisher of Colorado Music Buzz?
The perks is it's very humbling. It's rewarding because so many people, such as yourself, that have come into the family and were able to have a voice. That was a neat aspect of doing this. There's certainly rewards to seeing smiles and putting on great events, seeing bands get exposure and get the love and respect they deserve. I think those are all great things that have come to me through the process of doing this. The hard parts are just the labor. I mean, it's actually, doing all the things from laying out the magazine to getting circulated and distributed, working with the writers and finding good content, being selective about that. There's just a lot of little things that we figured out what not to do along the way. So we've kind of honed it down and polished it up quite a bit. So.
Okay. What Colorado band is going to break out next on the national scene and be the next Frey or 303?
Air Dubai has been getting a lot of attention just because they're unique, they're talented, they've done some really big shows. I like those guys a lot. I like James and the Devil. They were the ones that won the Bandwagon 2 contest that we put on. I thought they have a real unique angle. They work really hard. They practice a lot. That goes, it's a note to all you bands. The more you practice, the better you'll be. So, but yeah, I think, you know, those guys, Status, I love Status as far as hip hop goes. You know, Hypnotic's been doing some great things. There's a lot of underground movements that go on in the music scene, and sometimes bands like One Republic, you just don't, suddenly they're huge, and, you know, people forget they're from the Springs. You know? So, so sometimes things just kind of surprise you too. But on our this month's cover, we have Dred Scott, who is actually a guy named Tyler Ward found him on 16th Street Mall. There's been a lot of stories about him, and a real neat piece about him this month. So pick up the issue and check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Let's see. What does the future look like for Colorado Music Buzz? Where do you want to go with the publication?
You know, the publications are billboard. I think we're slowly integrating more. We're working on a new robust website right now, and it's taken some time to do that. But we're really building things around the web. And obviously, with smartphones and the way people are getting their information now, the publication is still viable, and people still love to pick up something physical and read it. The publication is going to be organic. It's going to grow as we grow. But I think our future is really going into the web more, doing more things, having apps, things like that, that we're working on all those things right now. So, but definitely being more technological, I guess, would be the answer.
Okay, this is the end of part 1.